This whole sequence is because I forgot my monopod in the car, so now we can start the apartment tour. Let's do it. Hey everyone, it's me, Hallease, endeavoring to persevere as always. If you're new here, I make videos about my chaotic good life. Subscribe, follow, social media, so on and so forth. So I really love the apartment complex that we live in right now because it's in a really great location. It's close to downtown, it's close to the Riverwalk. Anything you really want to do here in San Antonio, you're right in the thick of it. It's great. But the unit we were in before that I gave y'all a tour of last year worked out really well because of where we just needed to be in our lives, but it was a little cramped and also just like a little sad. It didn't get good light at all, and it just made it feel like you're in a prison, especially since this complex is really into the whole industrial look, so there's a lot of concrete everywhere. This new unit, I like it because even though it's actually not much bigger than our old unit at all, it feels a lot more open and airy because there's just more windows. So I wanted to let y'all check it out and also see if y'all could help me out with a few things that I'm still trying to figure out in regards to decorating. I think my hair is falling, y'all. I think my hair officially fell out. Okay. Hair fell down, let's fix that. Like I was saying, I really enjoy this apartment a lot because it's so much more natural light and it just allows for me to be able to film myself way more easily. Before at the other apartment, I had to use like all of my light panels, but here I can just rely more on the ambient light of the space and then just use a single light panel or two to sort of balance out everything and make sure that I'm getting light more directional when I need it. So for example, right now I am just using the ambient light of this apartment and one LED light panel behind me. I like to light myself with as soft a light as possible. I feel like that's way more flattering on me. I really like the way I look when I'm lit as softly and as naturally as possible. So, when you first walk into the apartment, you kind of are in this sort of, I'm calling it like a hybrid, set your stuff down kind of area, you know what I'm saying? I had this really big sort of storage grating thing. I have since split it into two, and now one side of the storage grating lives right next to the front window of the door, and it's kind of the junky spot of the apartment, not gonna lie. We put our shoes over there. Dakota, our dog's leash, and her tennis balls to fetch with are over there. You know, those random things you just kind of need when you're in a space, like tape and like glue. To make it a little bit better, I've added a couple of plants that I'm not quite sure where I want to put yet in the apartment, mostly because again, there's a really nice window over here that can give the plants a lot of great light throughout the day. And then also right by the front door, we have just a really simple little stand with a drawer in it and a simple lamp with cameras. Again, as y'all know, I have cameras everywhere. I'm even wearing camera socks. So cameras are a theme throughout any space that I live in just because I love filmmaking and I love cameras. For me, having an apartment, I know I've watched a lot of apartment tours or home tours before here on this platform, and I noticed that a lot of them are like super pristine and very pretty and all of that. Usually they have a central color theme throughout them and so on and so forth, but I've found that my personal style is a little kitschy. I'm a little knick-knacky, if you will. I like knick-knack paddywhacks. I want it to be very obvious that I live here. You know, I want it to be very obvious that Mr. Hallease lives here. So that's why there's a lot of things that interest us both. This front area, I'm still kind of debating on if I want to switch out this grating and have it be just a nicer grating of some kind, or if I want to even put one of Dakota's beds here so that way she can see outside. If any of y'all have any good ideas for a dog bed storage hybrid situation, let me know. Now on to the kitchen. This is definitely Mr. Hallease's domain. He actually enjoys cooking, you know, it brings him joy, if you will. So he's the one that is in here the most. I have this really long cement wall that I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with. I have a lot of pictures that I haven't hung up yet because this unit compared to the other one has way more concrete. But I'm trying to find nails that will actually go into this concrete wall and not be too epic to remove for when we leave eventually. One thing I am thinking about doing is switching out our table that we use to hold all of our pots and pans. I really like it a lot, but in this space, it doesn't actually really feel like a good size island. I want to actually go up to the larger size for him so that way he has a lot more prep space. I feel like this one's just a smidge too small now compared to dimensionally what the space feels like it should have. And our IKEA table is now always completely open, whereas before it was, you know, we would only use one half. This space is big enough and spacious enough to where we can actually have the whole table open all the time, which is delightful. Now, like I said, knickknacks, I like them. We've got this random little, he's been with us our entire marriage, and as you can see, is slowly falling apart. We're just gonna hide that. So many of y'all, every time we do a Stumblewell podcast, so many of y'all are always like, where'd you get these mugs? I got them from a Goodwill store, like a thrifting store, and they were originally a prop in a video that I was doing for a company, a client that I used to work with. This designer, I don't know his name, I can't pronounce the name on the back, but hopefully this is in focus. Who knows? Who knows? Focus, Sony. I hope you can. One thing I will say too, if you're the type of person who is not good at keeping plants alive, air plants are amazing. All you have to do is just spray them with water once a week, put them next to a bright open window, and they will thrive. We do the whole linens thing now to try to not use too many napkins and make too much waste. You know, we do what we can. Are we stopping the world from getting warmer? No, but we're not using napkins, and I'll take that as a win. Hey. So this is the living area, and that's what I really love about this unit is that it actually curves around into the living room, and it feels like a true living room separate from the kitchen and dining without being quarantined off, if you will. Nothing much has really changed with this living room in regards to what you've already seen that I have, but I did buy a few more new pieces of furniture, mostly for my desk area where I am now working. So before, our unit wasn't big enough for me to have a designated area to put a desk and to work from home. I usually just sat at the kitchen table, basically, if I did work from home for the day. It was okay. I mean, it got the job done, which is all you need sometimes in the end. But here, there's this like designated nook in the corner that's great for having a desk. And so if you watch me on Instagram, then you've already seen my desk nook and my desk chair that I got from Office Depot, and me talking about how I would sleep on office chairs and Office Depot. This little blue little holder that I got is from Ross, bought it for a smooth $20. Tuesday morning for my little armoire that holds some of my gear for doing the Stumblewell podcast, as well as my lenses and some of my other cameras as well. And then Tuesday morning for the win again for this little ottoman that we use that actually converts to a full sort of soft footrest, I guess. But then you can take the top off and flip it around and it can act as a tray to put things on top of as well. The rug that we got is actually from Ruggable. I gave into Instagram ads just like the rest of y'all, and I kept seeing those ads for Ruggable because you could throw it in the washer or whatever. I was like, all right, fine, I'll buy one. If you're interested in me doing a full desk tour, let me know. My desk is pretty basic. It's not that amazing, but if you're interested, let me know. I still need to figure out how I want to do storage on the bottom. For now, it's just like some boxes under there and like some timber carry cases and stuff, but I need it's like almost there. You know what I'm saying? For now, it's functional, it works, it's a desk, but I do want to figure out how to make it look spiffy since it is part of the living room, and I don't want it to look like, oh, what a lovely living room, and then a junk corner, you know? You don't want that to happen, so still figuring that out. Now, one thing I will say that is kind of weird about this apartment is that storage is at a premium. There are not many closets here at all. So in the bathroom, I think this is technically supposed to be a linen closet, but we have combined it to be linen / storage. As you can see, our suitcases are up top. This isn't the best setup, especially considering we're in a bathroom right now, but for now, it's what we're gonna do, so. But the bathroom's a bathroom, I don't know. Now, the bedroom as well isn't really something to write home about at all. I feel like most people, when you're designing a space, you're more focused on the living room, dining room, kitchen, and not necessarily the bedroom, because you don't actually really spend that much time in here. You usually just change in here, sleep in here, have some fun in here. So the bedroom's pretty basic. Also, the bedroom, again, no closet. What? To my right is just the laundry / closet hybrid thing. That's mostly being used to store my gear right now and laundry stuff. So instead of having most of our clothes in this section of the wall that you could call a closet, we have everything on these 2 racks, a his rack and a her rack. I found them on Amazon for like $30 each. And if y'all know how to make a rack look sexy, let me know, because they're getting the job done. They're very practical. But you know, when you see racks online, it's just like they put 5 articles of clothing on the rack, so it just looks very minimalist and like designed well, and it's just like, bruh, I'm using the rack as a rack, okay? It is going to hold a lot of stuff. I really want to get a headboard for this bed. I feel like that'll just liven up the room a lot more if there's just some sort of headboard situation. But for now, I got some affordable pillowcases just to, again, match our bedspread, and a little accent pillow, you know what I'm saying? Just a little something, just spice it up, you know what I'm saying? That is pretty much the apartment tour. Again, let me know in the comments below if you have any ideas on how to drill into these concrete walls without needing like industrial tools, or how to have some nice storage under your desk without it looking too junky, you know? Let me know in the comments below. Big shout out to my Patreon producers for being my production partners on this channel. If you're interested, patreon.com/Hallease. There you get early access to videos, as well as private weekly vlogs from me about being a video producer and everything I've got going on in the background aside from running this channel. So if you're interested, again, patreon.com/Hallease. And if you made it this far in the video, obviously there's something about me that's jiving with you, so you haven't subscribed already, please do. Okay, hit that subscribe button. I'll wait. Again, I'm Hallease, and I'll see you when I see you.